Hey everybody, Sam here. Welcome back to our homestead. Welcome back to our North Carolina property. And in today's video, well, it doesn't actually just happen on one day. It's actually a total of like 4 days worth of work. But we are going to disassemble and break down into raw materials our playground and outdoor kitchen. For a little dose of reality and where in the world this timeline that you watch on YouTube fits in with real world timeline, the playground disassembly starts the same day that we got the greenhouse all the way down, loaded up, and strapped to the trailer. So let's go ahead and meet up with past tense Sam and see him take apart a playground. What I'm gonna do next is actually take down the playground. This structure here you see behind me. We built this, I want to say probably 4 years ago, somewhere around there. Built it for the boys. They've loved playing on it. It's been really good, and we're going to repurpose it. They've kind of outgrown the whole slide playground apparatus, but they have both said they absolutely want a treehouse or a cabin in the woods, like a literal little cabin in the woods. So I'm sure that the majority of this material will be repurposed in Tennessee. The slide, I think we're going to try and sell. They don't use it. They're too big for it. I don't fit. So, might as well sell it. Alright, you guys sit back, enjoy the view. I'm just going to have at it, put my earbuds in, rock out to some music, I don't know, whatever Pandora decides to play me. Usually it's bluegrass, techno, movie soundtracks, and some 70s rock. Either way, enjoy the picture show as I take apart this whole playground. So you guys witnessed the disassembly of the playground. What I have next for you guys is the disassembly of our outdoor kitchen. We first built this with the intention of it really someday becoming a fully functional outdoor kitchen, something with cabinetry and maybe a concrete slab floor and a sink and all this other cool stuff. Truth be told, it never really got much beyond a fancy picnic shelter. Out here on our property, there are very, very few trees. Actually, I don't think there's any trees that are technically on our 1 acre of our land. So when we first came out here, the boys were young. They were getting blasted by the sun, so we had to make our own shade. The structure always lived pretty much half outdoor kitchen functionality, grill, cook, vegetable preservation, canning station, and then the other half was mostly playground for the boys. But throughout the off seasons of gardening, the entire structure was overrun by the kids as far as an outdoor play place. We had some swings mounted to the cross members back here. The boys loved to swing on that, and there was a sandbox, a picnic table, and otherwise it was a cool little playground area for our 2 kids. Construction wise, this was pretty simple to make. It is basic 6x6 treated posts, and then some 2x8 and 2x10 framing members, and they're all bolted together, which now, as we disassemble this, is really going to make disassembly much easier. I originally designed this to be a timber frame inspired structure, so that's why we have the heavy beams, the large lag bolts, and the kind of truss factors going on up top, as well as the notching and cutting of the 6x6s to make it really my version of a timber frame structure. Way back when this structure was built, the total cost was less than $900. Metal roof, everything included. I remember that because we used our tax return to make something tangible, to put it towards something we could always look at and remember where the money went, and that was right at $900 that year. No doubt pricing it this day, I don't think anywhere, nothing would be $900. I don't even think the lumber just by itself would be $900 anymore, as unfortunate as that is. But that's just a further example and proof of why we're taking it apart and taking it with us. I'm happy to report I am a little bit over halfway done taking the roof off. The little bit over on that half means the ridge vent. I mean, both the pieces I disconnected as well as I was working my way down on this side, so there's my little bit of over halfway. Overall, everything's going fine. Screws are fine to come out. None of them are stripping out. They look good, you know, not really much to report. I'm just working my way across. Probably the biggest headache is whenever I reach the center truss section, but honestly, I just climb all over top of it and reach across to get the screws out and keep on working my way down. Again, another benefit and reason that usually if I build something, I build it to where to hold myself too, because you never know, 5-6 years down the road, I might decide to climb all over it. So I'm going to change up the camera angle a little bit to try and make this more interesting for you guys, and also because you're not going to be able to see it from that same point of view. Well, you'll see stuff, but not really interesting, because the roof is on this side, which is downhill from, well, you guys know what I'm talking about, you just saw it. I think this side will go quicker because I have a little bit of a workflow down pat. That workflow is to start from the low or short end of the roof, put the ladder at the end, and reach up and try and get the first 2 or 3 rows of screws, work my way all the way across the structure doing that, and then I go from the center reaching the upper rows, and it's a lot easier just to not have to move the ladder back and forth so much. So that being said, let's get it done. The metal roof is completely off, and thank goodness I didn't fall. I didn't have any pucker moments, and I didn't get cut by the roof. I stabbed myself in the thumb once with a screw, but 'tis but a flesh wound. I think I'll survive, but might butter it up later on. Injuries of the workforce here. What I'm going to do next is remove the 2x6 purlins. These are the boards that are going this way that held the roof and attached to the truss members. That's what I'll call them. These 2x6s are not treated. They look a little gnarly, but none of them are rotten. So that's pretty cool. After 6 years of pure weather exposure, no sealant, no stains, no paint, they are still structurally sound. So cool. I am not going to be able to easily remove these 2x6s. That's because all of the, looks like about 6,000 hurricane straps or rafter ties, the little metal brackets that are attaching the 2x6s to the truss members, are nailed in place. Each one of those brackets contains 10 nails. I have 20 2x6s. There are 2 brackets per 2x6 per truss member for a grand total of 300 galvanized, heavy-duty beefing nails that are just going to stay in place. What I will do instead is use my circular saw, sacrifice, I don't know, maybe a foot of these 2x6s, zip cut them, leaving the hurricane brackets and little nubs attached on top of the truss members, and bring it down that way. Let's get my saw, get a fresh battery, because I always run out as soon as I start cutting, and let's get these things done. There's a recurring theme that happens on our channel. Whenever Sam needs to do any kind of roof work, his brother-in-law Austin shows up. Angela's brother shows up. Just happens to be here, which is great because he's like 3 feet taller than me. He can reach that standing flat-footed on the ground. I would need a ladder. So he's got his wrenches in socket, and I have my wrench in socket. We're going to start unbolting this thing and drop it on the ground. Hopefully not on our toesies. Hey, I caught it.
Nice.
Knock it out right in the middle.
Right in the middle?
Right in the middle. One hit. Like a county fair. Hey! Right there, sir. You won yourself some more work. Congratulations. Hey, you had the great idea. Bring your awesome idea over here and show everybody the greatness.
We were going to ratchet all the bolts out, and instead of doing that, I figured we'd beat them out with a 3/8 inch extension and rubber mallet.
Works great. Give you credit. Okay, we have got the top center to do, and then all the bolts are out of this truss assembly. So, touch you guys over there, and you can have fun. If you're having fun, you'll have more fun. If not, I don't know.
We're having fun.
Yeah, sure. Fun's happening. Happening. Hey, perfect.
Nice.
Now you've got a ladder. So we're at the end of day one.
I look a little rough. I've been working.
You have. I filmed you just a tiny little bit as you went by with the mower with a big old thing of fencing.
And then I turned over the trailer down there.
That's all right. Happens to the best of us. Well, I figured I would drag you over before the sun is totally gone. It's already set. But get your thoughts. What do you think of progress?
It's really weird. It's so empty up here now.
Yeah. Your mom came by, and obviously you guys saw Austin was here. Before your mom left, she's like, yep, it's looking more and more not like y'all's place. It's so true. It's feeling weird. It kind of looks more like just, I don't know, wood piles.
Right now it is.
Right. That was a playground. That was the outdoor kitchen. I don't know what happened up there, but the greenhouse is gone. So that's all right. It's going to be a lot of material we can reclaim, reuse,
Yes.
and then what we're not going to use, I'm going to put up for free on our local homesteading Facebook group and just say, come on over, have at it, whatever you want. That way we don't have to throw away, hopefully, anything, and other people can get stuff that they want or need.
Right.
So we are at our stopping point for today. However, we're going to continue working tomorrow. Austin's going to come back out. Since we figured out what to do with this first truss, I think we'll be able to get the other two down pretty quickly tomorrow. And then the outdoor kitchen will be gone. It'll be reduced to rubble.
To be made into something else.
All right, well, that's going to be it. We're going to pack up our tools, put our batteries on the charge, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
Are you going to make an appearance tomorrow? Maybe
I have
not.
doctor's appointments, people coming to pick up stuff.
Lots of no. Looks like Austin's back for more pain today. He brought the Muscle, his old Jeep truck back there. I'll let you guys see it here in a minute. It's a really cool old truck. But why exactly did you bring a truck up here? What's the game plan?
So we're gonna try and hook a tow strap around these, pull them down, and take them apart without having to be on a ladder.
Work smarter, not harder. That, and we're both not really big fans of ladders.
Right.
All right, let's throw the strap over it and see if we can pull this down in a controlled fashion. Number one priority, don't mess up the truck.
Number one.
Everything else is expendable.
Right.
Well, and then us. I don't think that could have went any easier. Nice. It did not break off the posts, so they got pulled over. Concrete at all. So sweet. Now we don't have to be on ladders. I'm just gotta disassemble it on the ground. But that was cool. Wow, he made that look really easy. Before we move any further, let me let him give you guys a tour of his truck real quick.
Well, my Jeep is a 1977 Jeep J10. It came special order with a 401 V8 that comes standard with the Chevy Turbo 400 automatic and a quadra-track four-wheel drive system. So it took me 2.5 years to find a Jeep J10 with a 401 for sale anywhere near here. We ended up going to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and went to check it out. We were going to end up driving it home, me and my dad. Ended up seeing it, and it was just amazing to see that it had a 401 in it. I bought a 76 with a straight line 6-cylinder. Loved it, but I needed a little more beef, if you know what I mean. Ended up finding this one. It needed a fuel tank and a lot of extra fuel and ignition work. Whoever had worked on it previously, wiring wasn't too good. So went in there and rewired the entire truck. Still got a lot of work to do, but absolutely love these trucks. I own 3 of them. Currently restoring that 76 and drive this one daily.
That guys are just gonna hit those. Yes. Thanks. Safety first. It's like that game where, it's like those fair games where you have to hit the button and see if the bell goes all the way up to the top. Just like that type of game. Dang.
The work is continuing. We are getting very, very close to being done. Right now, this whole area pretty much looks like a tornado hit. We've got lumber strewn everywhere, boxes of hardware, piles of trash, and so we're almost done. Elijah is out there helping to take apart the last truss assembly. We're going to hammer the bolts out, pull it apart, the same kind of stuff we've been doing. And then once that's done, we will go ahead and start sorting, salvaging, and loading up any material that we want to take with us to our new property onto the trailer behind the Jeep. Oh! Really? This is the benefit of when Sam's slow on video editing and time has passed between clips. You guys get to see the outdoor kitchen supplies all here on our new property. We got the metal roof, we have all the lumber, we have it separated 6x6s, 2x8s, 2x6s, 2x4s, and deck boards, all stacked out nice and neat and lifted up on stickers. That's what I call them, like little scrap wood you see at lumber stores. Keeps it up off the ground just a little bit. But yeah, there we go. It made it, and it looks like it's just ready to be reused for a project. I don't know exactly what we're going to get into with all of the material. However, the untreated 2x6s have been earmarked for our garden uses. So it'd be cool to get to use those there, get to show you guys what in the world we're thinking of on that front. But otherwise, there it is. Reclaimed, stacked up, ready to go. Well guys, that's going to be it for this video of our disassembly of playground and outdoor kitchen. Hopefully you enjoyed getting to see us, I don't know, take apart something. Maybe you didn't see the original build videos. If you didn't, there are links down below to the playground build and then the outdoor kitchen build series. So if you're interested to see the things you just saw taken apart, what they looked like brand new, you can go check them out down there as well. We appreciate you guys watching as always. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for us down below. Otherwise, take care, and we'll see you guys next time on one of the homesteads.